Just yesterday, we discussed the new changes Rockstar was making behind the scenes to Red Dead Online, and we showed the evidence of this that can be observed on Steam database, which shows Rockstar taking action basically to separate Red Dead Online from Red Dead Redemption 2, and what this would do is essentially allow Red Dead Online standalone owners to reduce their game install sizes because as of right now, if you own RDO standalone, but you have not purchased Red Dead Redemption 2, which includes the story mode, you're still downloading all 120 plus gigabytes that the game takes up on a hard drive. So when GTA Online standalone releases when GTA Expanded and Enhanced drops next month, both RDO and GTAO will be separated from their story mode counterparts, and players can have just the online versions of the game installed without needing everything downloaded. Now, while Rockstar has not come out and said, yes, this is our plan, that's the only non-speculative reason for Rockstar to be making these changes to the game. While there are other benefits to talk about, those are certainly up for debate, and one of those is, of course, what about any info on new DLC updates for the game? Nothing to report on yet in regards to DLC and new content, but now as of today we got even more confirmation that the standalone update is definitely coming to fruition, and we have all the intel here on the show today, so let's get started on it all. If you enjoy this video at any point, or if you just find it helpful, let me know by dropping a like on it, and if you want to stay up to date and in the loop with everything Red Dead Redemption 2 and Red Dead Online, consider hitting that subscribe button with your notifications turned on. So, as of this morning, the 5 new depots that were created specifically for Red Dead Online were filled by Rockstar today, and those changes can also be observed on Steam database, which basically means we have even more evidence that this is Rockstar's actual plan here. Rockstar Games enthusiast and insider TezFun2 said the following about the new updates to the Steam DB depots. Rockstar updated the original QA beta to fill the contents of the new depots exclusive to RDO. QA Beta 2 and QA Beta 3 remain out of date, which usually are the main branches to indicate new DLC, but this is an interesting development nonetheless. Also, it doesn't help that these updates are done on the RDO standalone application, yet no updates are happening on the main RDR2 app. Now, one of the GTA forum admins, SpiderVice, added on to this by saying, so it does look like they are decoupling Red Dead Online from RDR2 a bit more cleanly, so you'll download RDO specific depots only if you own RDO standalone only. I'd say that's much better than the original solution, and I'd expect we're seeing a patch for that soon. Maybe with some news? Not guaranteed, but at least patch notes hopefully. Having the depots separate, however, means that Red Dead Online could get QA beta updates that RDR2 doesn't though, because they'd be working on completely different depots. I wonder what the plan is for the full game. I'm assuming keep as is, but it'll have to be updated too to accommodate the changes in the RDO standalone, I reckon. Them doing this kind of spring cleaning definitely doesn't make it look like the game is quote unquote dead, as many are saying to me in my opinion. And he would be correct in regarding this almost more as spring cleaning for Red Dead Online as opposed to anything that will be major. Like we've stated numerous times, these Steam DB changes don't have anything to do with new DLC or new content, which is something players are getting excited for, but I personally still think we have some time to wait for any news on that type of thing. But for now, we could see these changes take effect as early as March, when GTA Online Expanded and Enhanced releases. And as Tez continues here in a new post, we could start seeing some new changes to Red Dead Online's QA beta DLC depots later this winter or early this spring. He said GTA 5 Expanded and Enhanced releasing on March 15th is at least a good sign for the Red Dead Online community, as I initially thought its release window would be a late March release. With E&E out of the way, we should see QA beta updates occurring as much as GTA 5. The issue with RDO is a matter of prioritization, unfortunately. The latest move came out of nowhere and was more of a way to keep up with Rockstar's plans with the GTA Online standalone release. Now, if RDO standalone is split from RDR2, then it does suggest we would have an application for RDO on consoles. Instead of launching RDR2 and then moving to online, we could just launch directly into online with Red Dead Online standalone, much like the case with Call of Duty titles and Warzone. It's interesting, but it also means single player would be completely separated from RDO. We could receive lots of new updates on RDO, but single player would be stuck on an older build. Yet, on the other hand, this kind of makes it easier for Rockstar to develop online content and not having to ensure none of the new updates break single player. And right now, that is the news players want to hear. As these monthly events and updates continue through February, March, and most likely into April and May too, the good news is that there will be at least some sort of baseline change Rockstar is going to be making when development on the next Red Dead Online expansion gets started. And as evidenced by Marcel's Moonshiner audio dating back to January 2019, a full 11 months before the Moonshiner role DLC released, and Naturalist leaks dating back 8 months before that role released, it's clear that Rockstar conceptualizes DLC way in advance, and while new changes to Steam DB can start to be observed anywhere from a couple of months to several months in advance, that doesn't necessarily mean the DLC began planning at that moment. So basically, if anything was planned for RDO at the end of 2021, but was shifted around because of the trilogy disaster and expanded and enhanced delays, we should be seeing those changes to the newer Red Dead Online specific QA beta depots from now on, instead of to the original RDR2 QA beta depot as we would normally be getting right now. Now, this story will continue to unfold over the next couple weeks here, so definitely stick around on the channel if you want to be kept up to date and in the loop. What we're seeing happen right now is surely not the end of this, and this news would indicate more stuff is coming down the road versus this marking the end of Red Dead Online support. But if that actually means anything valuable in terms of a good expansion that players really enjoy, that of course remains to be seen. These SteamB changes certainly do not give us anything non-speculative in terms of insight into those plans, so that's for sure. But also, this does beg the question, what's happening for existing Red Dead Online players, or even existing Red Dead Redemption 2 story mode players? If a new standalone player will only need to keep online files installed on their console or PC, for example, what about the existing players? Will that allow me or you or anyone else who's been playing Red Dead Online or RDR2 story mode to also modify their install, so story mode focused players who have no interest in playing online can uninstall online, and someone like me who right now is not interested in playing story mode and plans to revisit it later in the future but wants to free up some space on their solid state drive, will I be able to uninstall the story mode files and just keep online specific stuff? Or I guess we're gonna have to wait for a confirmation on that. But with all that being said, we're out of time for today and we're gonna be wrapping things up right here. Thank you so much for watching, everyone. Hopefully you all enjoyed the video today, and if you did, hopefully I earned your like on it. And of course, if you are new to my channel and you want to stay up to date with all the best Red Dead Online and Rockstar Games content, consider hitting that subscribe button so you don't miss out on a single thing we post here on the channel. We consistently talk about updates, news, information, tips, tricks, and even leaks, and we'll keep you guys updated here on the channel daily, so make sure you hit that subscribe button. If you want to follow me over on Twitch, Twitter, and Instagram, those are the best places to get connected with me outside of YouTube, and you're more than welcome to ask me any questions on those platforms. You can follow me at HazardousHDTV, and all of my social media links, including my Discord, can be found in the description down below. With that being said, thank you all so much for watching, everyone. I hope you all have a fantastic day and a good rest of your weekend, and I will see you guys in the next Red Dead Online video. Adios, amigos.